Okay, so like as far as remakes go, not bad. Fright Night tells the story of a boy named Charlie Brewster who notices that his new neighbor uh, is starting to act strange. So he's acting really strange, and so he realizes with the help of an old friend named Evil Ed, which I don't know if they really refer to him as evil in this. He finds out that he is a vampire, and so he has to take him down before he goes after. It's the same thing as Yellow, but I think they change enough in this. But they change it. They take premise of the original and they change things. Like for one, Jerry is not immediately after Amy in this. Like in the original, he was lusting after her right away. He doesn't take Amy in this version until the third act. And even then, I feel it was unnecessary because you weren't building it up throughout the film like they were in the original. And then they feel like, oh, we have to take her because they did that in the original. And I feel like that's one of the things you could change. Because there's a point where in this version, he actually gets the mom and the girlfriend on his side. They finally realize that he's telling the truth. So, I mean, because Jerry freaking blows up the house and is like, no, I'm to let me if there is no house. Well, the house was still technically standing, but still. I think the actors in this were actually pretty good too. Anton Yelchin, Colin Farrell, Imogen Poots, and even Tony freaking Collette. They're good. And of course, David Tennant as Peter Vincent. Now, I love David Tennant. I don't think he's anywhere to where Roddy McDowall was in the original, but this is a different version of the character. In the original, he was a television host. Here, he's a Las Vegas show star, one of those things. And so he's kind of pulled in, and it does take him quite a while. Like, he doesn't really join in until the third act. So it takes quite a while to convince him to join in. It's mostly Charlie in this doing stuff away from people. Like the girlfriend is gone for a good half hour of this movie before he's investigating stuff, and he comes back. She's like, "You're supposed to meet me here an hour ago," and then she's back in the film. That's when the stuff really starts to go down. And even the Evil Ed part, him being like a servant, it's not really a part of it. Jerry doesn't have a manservant guy like in the original. He's by himself, although he does turn Dave Franco. Oh, that doesn't really amount to anything other than a joke at the end. And it actually built on the relationship between Charlie and Ed, where they used to be friends. They're not friends anymore because Charlie got popular. Unfortunately, that is very realistic. People get popular, they push their old friends away, and that's very realistic. It happens. It does. And it shouldn't, but it does. And yeah, Ed is taken about the same amount, half hour in, I think, because he's the one that's always talking about those vampires. I think Evil Ed is the only recasting that I didn't really care for. McLovin, basically, and he was good in Kick-Ass 1 and 2, but here he's meh for me. I'm like, I feel like Charlie finds out that he's a vampire and doesn't really do anything. He just says, "Don't let him in the house. Don't let him in the house." But that's obviously still not going to stop him. And Jerry catches on very early on that he knows because of how he's acting. So, yeah. And like I said, taking the girlfriend in the third act wasn't really necessary. Doesn't really add much to this. I didn't think this was very well done. I will admit though, there are times where like I like the whole like suburban feel, you know, and then when he leaves, I gotta give Chris Stuckman. I watched his old ass review of that from 12 years ago, fucking, and he has a point. I'm gonna give him credit on this because I didn't think of it till he said it, so I can't really take credit for it. But yeah, when everything is in the suburbs, it works with the film. But then when they leave, he leaves to go out into Las Vegas itself and talk to Peter Vincent, and they have the showdown in Peter Vincent's tower at one point, or hotel room, whatever it is. Yeah, it does kind of, I don't know, it messes with the feel of the movie. And this is going to be, obvious, but the CGI is not so good. It's not so good, especially when they try to recreate the face, Amy's face from the original, which didn't look good in practical effects, and it looks even worse than CGI. Let me tell you, it do. Mm-mm. Nope. Not. No. No. It looks terrible. It looks terrible. It looks terrible. But yeah, I think the music for the most part, the score and everything is okay. At the end, during the end credits, they played 99 Problems and a bitch ain't one. And I was like, okay. I don't know how that fits, but okay. Toni Collette, she's pretty good in this. I think maybe she doesn't get to do much in this because she gets taken out. It feels like she has a part to serve, and then like, okay, we don't need her anymore. She gets knocked the fuck out, and she's kind of out of the film. But if I remember correctly, the mom wasn't really a part of it in the original. Like, she had no clue what was going on. So this really kind of, makes her more a part of the story, But yeah, I don't think it's better than the original. A lot of people said that this is better than the original. I don't think so. The original had practical effects. It had Chris Sarandon, who by the way, has a cameo in this and gets killed by the new Jerry Dadridge. That's a little too much, but, it's a little too much. But I do like the original better. Like, they try to copy the welcome to Fright Night for real line, but Colin Farrell tries to be cool with it, unlike with Chris Sarandon did. He was trying to be intentionally goofy. Welcome to Fright Night. For real. Whereas he tries to be cool with it. Colin Farrell's like, welcome to Fright Night. For real. And it's like, no. And like, I gotta quit, Charlie. You said, Peter says it's a trap. And he goes, I'm counting on it. He obviously knows his girlfriend is turned, but he's just standing there hugging her. And then he doesn't stake her. Because he wants to save her. And then they make up this goofy ass rule. Here, if you stake her with this, or if you stake him with this, it'll turn back any of the vampires that he turned. But the rule is you kill vampire, and anyone that turned is automatically turned back, especially if they haven't fed yet. And she was drinking Jerry's blood, which technically shouldn't work because he's dead and shouldn't have blood, but she was drinking his blood, but that doesn't count. So I don't know. It's very weird. I don't know. Vampire lore changes in every single thing vampire, but, all around, that was pretty good, actually. I'm going to give it pretty good. Not as good as the original, mind you. Not bad. Yes, so tomorrow is a To Be Tuesday. I still don't figure out what I'm doing yet, but yeah. So what are your thoughts on the Fright Night remake? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.